What's going on, you guys? It's me bringing you another strike pack video. In this video, I'm going to be explaining the differences between Weapon AI and ADS anti-recoil quick edit mod and its features. Now, I know previously I did a video on that, how to get your values and all that jazz utilizing ADS anti-recoil feature, quick edit. And if you want to check out that video, it's like a couple of days ago. You can check that out. I'm not going to go too much in detail with that mod. This video is just going to be comparing the two, because still to this day I get new and old folks still asking me, what's Weapon AI, what's Weapon AI, what's Weapon AI. So this video is for you. Now without further ado, let's go. I'm going to be going over it with the Call of Duty Warzone game pack, because you can use this game pack Warzone obviously, and you could use it in Modern Warfare multi, but you cannot use it in Cold War multi. Hence why there's a standalone game pack for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So you cannot use this for Cold War. Cold War has its own dedicated game pack, so if I were you, I recommend just sticking with the Cold War game pack for Cold War multi. It works perfectly. It works beautifully. I've made videos in the past on that too as well, if you want to check them out. But right here, without further ado, second slot going in. Now this is going to be simple video, just going to be focusing on Weapon AI and the ADS quick edit anti-recoil feature, which is right here, anti-recoil quick edit. Explaining the differences, how to set that up between that and having to enable Weapon AI for like ground loot and stuff like that, weapons that's not part of your loadout. Right, so right here I'm gonna have my loadout right here, which is M4A1 with the stock base value of 100. Leaving at 100 is a beam for the weapon without attachments. So if you fire this weapon without no attachments in game, leaving it at 100, you're gonna have absolutely no recoil. And then once you start applying attachments and you're satisfied with whatever attachments you want to run, then you do all your testing, and then this is when this will kick in. Where are you? The ADS anti-recoil, you start adjusting. You guys already know. Also, for the sake of the video, I turned down aim assist. I turned it off. A lot of you guys are requesting me to start making videos and testing without no aim assist, and to see the changes and differences between the aim assist, because apparently aim assist is completely broken in Warzone and in Cold War for some reason. And I'm hearing a lot of rumors about that and stuff like that. So I do whatever you guys ask. I turned down aim assist for the sake of this video, because I really just want to focus on Weapon AI and editing the ADS anti-recoil quick editing and getting your own value. So just for the sake of the video, I turned aim assist off, and probably for future videos and future testing, I'm going to also leave it off. I've been using aim assist for a very long time. I don't have a problem with it. I leave it at 15 default, works perfectly fine for me. But I know a lot of you guys, the aim assist doesn't work and you leave it off. So I'm going to leave it off for a few videos and future videos. Now, again, only focusing on my first custom loadout one with the M4A1, starting at value 100. I'm going to be using attachments though, and I'm going to show you guys, how to edit stuff like that, and shooting at a wall. And then I'm going to be utilizing one of these profiles, most likely the first one, the green primary weapon triangle, leaving it at 100. And I'm going to be testing it with the AK-47. Now, the AK has a horrible kickback. It has very bad recoil. You guys already know it has almost uncontrollable recoil. A lot of people know how to control the AK, and shouts out to you guys. But I'm using it because I feel like, it's one of those guns that has a lot of kickback, and I want to, enable Weapon AI for it so I can show you guys what Weapon AI does. All right, without further ado, let's go to the gameplay. Hi, you guys. Now I'm here in the custom games. I am in Call of Duty Modern Warfare multi in the custom games. I am on the PS5, using a PS4 controller with the Strikepack, obviously. First things first, you're going to want to get into the game pack. Press and hold the left button in the back of the Strikepack. Press the right paddle. Press the right paddle because I got to get into my second slot, which is my Warzone game pack. At this point, I'm going to press options, hover over custom loadout 1. There she is, the old faithful M4A1. I'm going to hold touchpad, press L1. Control is vibrating, press X. I'm good to go. Now I want to show you guys the attachments. VLK, monolithic, Corvus, stipple grip, and attack laser. You can run whatever, set up whatever attachment you wish. These are just my go-to attachments for the M4, what I would normally run with. Now I selected it in my loadout. You already see custom loadout selector. Now at this point, what you and I'm gonna do as well is, you're in the custom games, you're gonna want to test the recoil. Not every attachment interferes with the anti-recoil and the Weapon AI. Some do, but not all. The ones that normally do are muzzles, barrels, under barrels, and some extended mags. Some mags, for example, 40 rounds, 45 rounds, 50 rounds and up. It'll start to work for the first basic 30 rounds as you shoot, and then for the remainder 10 to 20, it'll start to throw off the recoil. I don't know why, that's the way it's always been. Even past COD game packs, that's the way it's been until Collective Minds comes out with a fix for it. That's still the case for this. Now, at this point, I'm going to ADS and shoot to test my recoil. I'm empty out a whole clip. Now I can see it goes up a little bit. You see that, how it went up a little bit? I'm gonna move a little more back so I could for sure tell. Yes, and I can see it starts to climb. So what I'll do, that looks like maybe 5 down. So I'm gonna ADS with L2, R2, down D-pad, let go of R2. Now I could start adjusting. So I'll bring it down 5. Let it go. Let me get back my ammo. And now, go back to the wall, ADS, and shoot. And that looks a lot better. You compare it to where your initial, when you initially started. Adjust, shoot at the wall, adjust, shoot at the wall, adjust, shoot at the wall, and then you can see. Here you can go more farther back to test. My back is up against this wall. Now, I want to explain. The farther you go back, now a lot of you guys always ask this, the farther you go back, the more bullet spread you are going to get. No matter how good or how pinpointed you think you got your recoil, you're always going to get it. You got to take into account bullet drop, bullet spread, weapon sway, kickback. All of that matters. They made this game very realistic, or tried to, when it comes to, like, you know, firing and trying to hit your targets from halfway across the map and shit like that. Especially in Verdansk. It's kind of a nuisance, but that's how they made it. Most shooting games has that anyway. Well, FPS games, I should say. But anyway, shooting from here. Still a beam. Now, I'm going to shoot a good target. Let me see this side. Okay, from here. So I'm going to go from here. And I'm going to shoot. Now, you're going to see what I'm talking about. The farther you go back, the more bullet spread you're going to get. You see that weapon sway first off? Like, the idles, look at that. See how it moves? And then that plus the weapon kickback. So the weapon's going to be bouncing around as you fire your weapon. Let's see. From here, I'm going to shoot right at the chest. Now you see? You see how the weapon bounced around? But still, it's tried to stay within a circle. It tried to stay. But the farther you go back, the more spread out the bullets are going to be. You guys have to understand that no matter what. This ain't like PC. Like, there's hacks and shit like that on PC. Ain't about all that stuff. But you're not going to get that with the Strikepack, and you ain't going to get that with the Zen. I know a lot of creators are going to PC for that because they really want to hack and you know, do all that jazz. You ain't going to find that here. Especially with the Strikepack and the Zen. This is as far as it goes. You could try to adjust your recoil as, you know, best to your ability, but at a farther distance, it is going to be jumping. I'm telling you that it is going to be jumping. Now, if you test your recoil and you know, adjust your recoil and all that jazz from a distance, let's say, because you can, like, from a distance from here, and if you don't like the way it's going up, you know, you can adjust it, stuff like that, and try to get it, you know, fine-tuned from a distance, getting your recoil from a distance. But now, here's the thing with that. If you adjust your recoil from a distance, you're adjusting your recoil from a distance. So if you get into gunfights up close, what do you think is going to happen? Your gun is going to be going down or going up on you the closer they are to you. So it's a catch-22, all right? I hope you guys understand that. It's a catch-22. That's the reason why I do all my testing, you know, up close to a wall or at minimum at a minimum range, because of that reason. The farther you are, the more jumpy the gun is going to be, and the more spread out your bullets are going to be. So it's totally up to you. If you want to do all your adjusting up close, mid-range, or far range, just understand it's all different. It's all different. So if you're going to adjust, again, if you're going to adjust your values and adjust your anti-recoil from a far distance and try to get it, you know, from here at a far distance, again, understand that your recoil is going, it might screw you up at them close quarter fights when they real up in your face, or like, you know, at it, like from here and you fighting and stuff like that, because your gun's going to be pulling down and up. Why? Because you adjusted it at a farther range, at a farther distance. All right. I hope you guys understand that. Now that's how the ADS anti-recoil quick edit works. And getting your values, I explained in my previous videos. So if you want to find out how to get your values for free and check yourself and get your own values, at this point, since I already adjusted my recoil, as you can see, well, whoever war it was, it went away, whatever. It was the other side, whatever. As you saw when I adjusted the recoil and I got it on pinpoint like this. See that? Now, if you're happy with that, and I'll be happy with that, at this point, I would unplug the USB from my Strikepack, plug my Strikepack back into my PC, open up Warzone game pack, scroll down, and I will see M4A1, and I will see the values right on the primary weapon profile, which is going to be the green. You'll see M4A1, and then right under it, you'll see the values. You take that value and copy it onto your loadout. So in my case, it would be my first loadout right here, the Old Faithful, the M4A1. You know, find it in your loadouts, which would be like the first one, second one, whatever loadout you have that weapon that you tested and got your values for, and right under it, you would apply that value. Right under it, that percentage, the anti-recoil strength percentage, you will apply it right there. Save your Strikepack settings, and it'll save forever. That's how you get it. If that's a little too confusing for you guys, check out my previous video, and you'll see what it is I'm talking about. Now, you guys, I'm going to be explaining Weapon AI and what Weapon AI does and its features. Now, Weapon AI. What is Weapon AI? Weapon AI is a feature that with a combination of buttons, which is going to be the touchpad and R2, with animation of shoot, reload, shoot, is going to automatically detect any weapon you have in your hand, excluding certain attachments, because certain attachments I explained, even with the ADS quick edit feature, that certain attachments does make a difference. Not all of them, but some of them will interfere with detecting the gun and detecting your anti-recoil and stuff like that. It will throw off your recoil. Same rules apply for Weapon AI, for both Weapon AI and while testing your values for your loadouts. There's no way around that. It's just, that's the way it is. I got AK-47 in my hand. Let's say I found this gun. I dropped in on Warzone. I found it off the ground in a loot box, whatever. Whatever weapon you find off of somebody or on the ground, and you don't have it saved in your loadout, it's not part of your first or second weapon profile. It's not in your loadouts. It's just, you just picked it up. You want to use it for now. You can quickly apply Weapon AI to it, and Weapon AI is going to automatically apply the most optimum fire rate. If it's a semi-automatic, say a pistol or whatever, it's going to apply rapid fire, and it's going to set its recoil to a laser. Like I said, you know, not mentioning certain attachments, because certain attachments will throw it off depending on what gun you find off the ground. You got to bear that in mind. A lot of you guys say, oh, I activate Weapon AI, it's not working. It's because the weapon has certain attachments that doesn't interfere with it. But once you drop it to Warzone, your first goal should be to get your loadout ASAP. You shouldn't be wanting to win with like a loot weapon or something like that, you know, like a ground loot weapon. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to enable Weapon AI by holding touchpad R2. The shoot, reload, shoot animation is normal. It can shoot once, it can shoot twice, it's normal. Sometimes if you don't feel comfortable the first time it picked it up, you can always do it again. So touchpad again, R2, hold them both. You can either keep holding them or let them go, it doesn't really matter. Now I'm gonna move over, I'm gonna ADS, I'm gonna shoot, and I'm gonna show you guys what Weapon AI did for the AK-47. See that? That's the AK-47. And I don't have this gun, no attachments, no anything. You can see it's just bare bones, and Weapon AI automatically detected I don't have this gun in none of my loadouts whatsoever or anything. Weapon AI automatically detected, you see? And gave it absolutely no recoil. But again, same rules apply. The farther you are and you're firing a weapon, take everything into account, like I explained in the beginning of the video. But yeah, that's Weapon AI, and certain attachments will throw it off. Like I explained before, the attachments that most likely will throw it off is a muzzle, some barrels, under barrels, and certain mags. 40 round, 75 definitely, you know, anything but the basic, the stock. And what I like to use for Cold War weapons, I like to use a jungle mag. I believe it's the jungle mag, the mag that allows you to reload a little quicker. That's the only one I use. But to each his own. You can try adjusting as much as you can to your best of your ability when it comes to, like, you know, if you want to be using these 45 and 50 round mags and stuff like that. But do be advised that the last 10 or 20 rounds, like I explained before, you can't do nothing about it. It's going to throw off your recoil. But it's not that much. It's like kind of, sort of, barely visible, but you can still tell. You can still tell. Make sure you have ammo. That's important. Make sure you have a full clip on the side and stuff like that before activating Weapon AI. Touchpad R2. Sometimes I like to do it. I like to do it more than once sometimes. Now reload and shoot. See? So if this video helped you out, drop your boy a like, subscribe if you're new, check out my other content, and I'm out. Peace.